Today I'm giving y'all my week 3 power ranking. Start with the Bengals. Yes, they're still looking really bad. Kinda got into their stuff later on during the game last week though. I'm still gonna put them in elite just because I think Joe Burrow and this offense will figure things out in the end. Might move them in great after we kind of get some of these teams situated, but for right now we're gonna put them in elite. The Patriots defense looked good for the most part against the Miami Dolphins. I mean, it's the Miami Dolphins. They have Tyreek Hill, they have Jalen Waddle. They are gonna score on you. That offense though just didn't really amaze me. Mac Jones did look better than he did last year. I'm still gonna just put him in good. For the New Orleans Saints, I'm going to put him in mid. I really don't trust in Derek Carr with this offense all that much. They should have probably beaten the Panthers and Titans by a lot, but they just barely won their games. I think the Steelers defense actually scored more than their offense. I'm switching between putting them in good and mid, but that offense is just so bad, I'm going to have to put them in mid. It might be Matt Canada, it might be Kenny Pickett, but whatever it is, they got to get that situated. Arizona Cardinals are kind of a tough one. Obviously, they're going below mid. I don't know if they're awful as everybody thinks they are. They were actually close in the Commanders game. They were close in the Giants game as well. Two not so great opponents, but at least they were sticking in there. I was expecting them to get blown out every game. I'm going to put them in awful for right now because if we put them bad, I don't know what team could go in awful. 49ers are obviously going in elite. Obviously, that defense is like top 3 and that offense is looking more and more dangerous every week. They started using Debo as a Swiss Army knife now, and that's always dangerous. And Brandon Ayuk might be a top 10 wide receiver. Christian McCaffrey's obviously the best running back in football. If that team stays healthy, they might go all the way. I kind of hate to say this being a Panthers fan, but I'm kind of buying in on the Atlanta Falcons. I still don't trust in Desmond Ridder 100%, but that defense is kind of balling out. I'm going to still put them in mid. I could barely see them going in good. If they beat the Lions this week, I'm definitely putting them in good, but just for right now, I'm putting them in mid, but I am buying into it. The Ravens are probably the biggest question mark for me because they're looking really great, but at the same time, I'm wondering if it's just because they didn't play 2 great opponents. I'm going to put them in great for right now, but they could move up, but they could move down as well. The Bills are finally back. Josh Allen is looking good again. I'm going to put them in elite, obviously, above the Bengals. I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, but I'm not going to be biased about this. Their defense looks elite. That offense is just so terrible, though. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if our wide receivers are just old or slow and can't get open. I was going to put them in bad, but I don't know. That defense is just so good. I feel like they can go in mid. I feel like I'm being a little bit biased putting them in mid, so I'm going to put them in bad right now. But I really could see them being in mid, maybe even good if that offense starts clicking. Chicago Bears, honestly, I'm going to put them in awful. That defense is just awful. Justin Fields can't read a defense to save his life. Browns are kind of interesting. I don't like the offense, especially with Nick Chubb. By the way, prayers up to Nick Chubb because that injury was god awful. That defense is always good. I can see them anywhere from like mid to good. And I know they just beat the Steelers, but I do think they are better than the Steelers because they can actually move the ball. Let's put them in good, I guess. I don't really know. The Cowboys are a tough one because, yes, they've looked amazing in the first 2 weeks. They look like one of the best teams in football. Then again, if we look at who they played, the Giants and the Aaron Rodgers-less Jets. So, yes, they're looking good, but they haven't really played anybody yet. So, it's kind of hard for me to put them in elite when they're just beating up on small little teams. They play 49ers in Sunday Night Football. That's going to be a really good game to really test how good they are. But for right now, I'm going to have to put them in great. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. It's literally nothing y'all could have did better. But it's just the schedule is looking really favorable, and y'all should have probably beaten those teams down, obviously. But for that, I am going to have to move the Bengals in great, probably. The Denver Broncos are interesting. Like, sometimes Russell Wilson is cooking, and this offense looks really good, but at times, they just look god awful. I'm going to put them in either good or mid. Let's put them in good for right now. I don't know about that, to be honest. Like, it's just some of these teams, it's so hard to judge if they're actually good, or if they're mid, or if they're just awful, because it's only been 2 weeks. The Broncos, the Browns are 2 of those teams. Detroit Lions, I'm going to put in great as well. Obviously, they just lost to the Seattle Seahawks. I still think they should be in great. I'm going to put them above the Bengals just because of how the Bengals have been looking. I honestly don't know where to put them. I think I had them in mid last week. I guess we're putting them in mid. I really don't know where to put them though. Like I just said, it's so hard to judge some of these teams, and like the Green Bay Packers are one of them. They just pounded the Bears, and yes, the Bears are a god-awful team, but lost to the Falcons, and the way they looked week 1, I thought they would beat the Falcons, but they didn't, so I guess we'll put them in good. I could see them in mid as well. I just don't know where that team is, and I guess that means I have to put the Falcons in good as well. The Texans, obviously, I think they should go in awful. CJ Stroud is actually looking really good, but he has no weapons whatsoever. Well, Nico Collins is looking decent, but he just can't go to him every single time. Honestly, though, I think this tier is just not needed. I'm going to move these teams up and then just delete this tier in general. The Colts are 1-1. The first week, they actually stuck with the Jaguars, which is probably one of the best teams. Anthony Richardson is looking good. I'm kind of worried about where he is in injury-wise, if he can actually stay healthy. I think they would beat a lot of these teams in good, so I'm actually going to put them in good. I think they would beat the Green Bay Packers, I guess. Put them right there. I don't know what to think about the Jaguars. The offense kind of did look bad against the Chiefs, but I mean, it is the Chiefs. I'm still going to put them in great, but I'm not going to lie, they're kind of moving down for me a little bit. I'm going to put them right behind the Cowboys. To be honest, I think the Chiefs are like a defensive team now. I mean, the offense looked a lot better than week 1. They're still kind of lackluster. I'm still going to put them in elite. For the Rams, I'm low-key thinking about putting them in great. Matthew Stafford is looking really good. The defense is looking solid, even though they're like one of the youngest teams in the NFL. Puka Nacua is looking like a beast. I don't know if I could put him in great just yet, though. I'm going to stick him in the top of good. The Chargers keep on upsetting us year after year, bro. Like, they look really good versus the offense besides for the defense, and then they just go and lose to the Titans. I guess we're going to have to put them in great, but I'll probably... Well, actually, I might put them in good, to be honest. I don't know. I just don't trust in this team. The Dolphins are looking like the best team in the AFC. Mike Daniels is drawing up like the perfect play calls for Tua just to get the ball out fast so he won't get hit. Tyreek Hill is looking amazing. Obviously, they have Jalen Waddle as well. Defense is looking really good. I'm going to have to put them in elite above the Chiefs. Right now, if you ask me what two teams are going to the Super Bowl, I would probably tell you the 49ers and Dolphins. The Minnesota Vikings, I feel so bad for Kirk Cousins. Literally, that's the only thing good about their team is their passing game. Kirk Cousins to Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, obviously. If they didn't have like a good passing game, they would probably be like a bottom 5 team. The passing game does kind of bring them up. I'm going to put them in good. The Giants did come back and beat the Cardinals, but that team just looks awful. Let's put them in mid, probably under the Steelers, and maybe even under the Titans. Maybe even under the Saints. Jets, obviously, with Aaron Rodgers, are not going to be the same team. Obviously, the defense is good. Like I put the Steelers in mid, that can only take you so far. Put them right here in the middle of good for right now. The Raiders did look good in week 1, but look bad in week 2. And obviously, they're playing the Bills, so they're probably going to look bad. I really don't know how I'm feeling about this team, so I don't really know where to put them at. Put them in good, but like near the bottom-ish. I'm kind of known to not be a Seattle Seahawks hater, but not to really be in on this team as everybody else is. They did go into Detroit and beat the Lions week 2 though, so I'm going to give them a lot of props on that. I'm going to put them in the top of good, about right there. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm going to put them in good. Baker Mayfield is actually looking pretty decent. Note that they haven't played the best teams this first 2 weeks, so I would like to see them play an actual good opponent. The Eagles, I'm going to put them in the bottom of elite. The Commanders, it's another team I don't really know how to feel about. I mean, Sam Howell did look decent, but they're not like an explosive team. I'm going to put them in like the top-ish of mid. And that is my power rankings for week 3, everybody. Let me know what teams I put way too high and what teams I put way too low. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll check you guys out next time. Peace.